And when he gets to heaven, to St. Peter he will tell, "One more soldier reporting, sir. I've served my time in hell." Medal of Honor Frontline is quite possibly one of the best Medal of Honor games ever made. In fact, it could very well be one of the best shooters ever made. I remember this game fondly, from its opening mission showing the hectic invasion of Normandy, to the powerful and intense fight through the streets of Arnhem, and of course, fighting through the mansion with a shotgun to get over 100% accuracy. But truth be told, that was a very long time ago. Something I've noticed playing through these games again is that I'll remember specific missions or even specific moments, but on the whole there are a lot of details I've completely forgotten. For example, I forgot all about how much nuance was put into the combat of European Assault, how enjoyable I found Airborne, and just how insane Rising Sun was. But Frontline was a special instance. Firstly, there are a total of 19 missions in this game. What, couldn't make it a nice round 20? Yeah, whatever, still more than the others. But while playing, I've discovered that while I couldn't recall the missions almost at all, there are some extremely memorable moments. The best example of this is the mission Yard by Yard. In this mission, you fight through the neighborhoods of Arnhem while escorting supplies into the city proper. But as you enter one home in particular, a woman stands up to you, you are trespassing after all, and stands in front of her family. In a separate instance, an old man grabs a shotgun and attempts to help you fight the Nazis. And the memory of those moments immediately came back to me, even though the mission itself didn't. So, similar to Rising Sun, this game starts off very powerfully, with you, Jimmy Patterson, taking part in the invasion of Normandy. Now, if you'll notice, this mission is literally identical to the opening of Saving Private Ryan. This is true, and you can thank Steven Spielberg for writing these games. Seriously. But with its intense opening, wonderful narration of Eisenhower's D-Day speech, voiced by William Morgan Shepard, the guy who narrated Civ 5, and powerful atmosphere, surely this Medal of Honor title would be a bit more on the serious side, right? Yeah, not really. Jimmy here gets recruited to the OSS immediately after the Normandy invasion, goes on to sabotage a Nazi U-boat operation, assist the Dutch resistance during Operation Market Garden, and finally concludes in both stopping the production of and stealing a prototype jet bomber. You will set windmills on fire, encourage a prisoner to jump off a balcony, fight even more angry chefs, and... There's a minecart level? Best game ever, 20 out of 6. You know, I pointed out how loopy Rising Sun was compared to other games in this series, but I really forgot how comical this game was. I mean, you even steal a German officer's clothes again. But what really stood out to me the most was just how well put together this game really is. Let's start with attention to detail. Before each mission, there will be a briefing letting you know your objectives, along with items and enemies to look out for. Now I know this may not seem like much, but I really feel like this is a nice touch, and helps you get immersed into the role of an OSS operative. On top of that, the designs of the enemies are spectacular. Rather than just seeing traditional Nazis, you see men in naval uniforms on the U-boat, the captains in full regalia, German troops out of uniform in some instances, and you even see the designs of their uniforms change as you progress through the war. This is notable because this game was released in 2002. The gameplay, I've gotta say, is incredibly smooth and responsive. As opposed to Rising Sun, sorry. The enemies take cover far more effectively, the hitboxes seem more sensible, and there is a much larger range of weapons. Oh, and another nice little touch I noticed, when Jimmy reloads the MP40, he struggles for a moment when attempting to enter the magazine. He's not too familiar with German weapons, it seems. The music... I've mentioned in a separate video that Arnhem Nights is one of my favorite pieces of video game music, and boy is that still true. But the opening score, various combat pieces, and everything in between is masterfully composed and executed wonderfully. As I mentioned before, it really is the moments from games like this that make them stand out to me. I recalled very little when I started playing Frontline again, and honestly had little memory of the individual levels. but the overwhelming feeling of joy and nostalgia that I felt when I could recall these wonderful moments made me extremely happy that I've played this game again. You know, I've given EA a lot of crap in my videos over the years, partially due to their horrendous business practices, but really, it's because I grew up playing their games. And I can honestly say that these are some of the best games that I've ever played. From Normandy to Stalingrad, from the Philippines to Arnhem, the Medal of Honor series was the shooter of my childhood. At ease, soldiers. Your missions are complete.